most days will just be any other day. And what I mean by that is when starting a business or an endeavor in any sense, when you tell people about it, when you do a plan, you get a hit of dopamine. The world congratulates you for embarking on such a mission. Similarly, you have the same as you're nearing the end. As you're wrapping things up, you're peaking. Like if it's a powerlifting competition, you've got peak week. If you are training for any sporting event, you're tapering. And people will notice a change at that point. And it's a change which catches people's attention and when they start to comment. But what's interesting is that's the least time you need motivation, because it's exciting enough for you internally, intrinsically. So like when you are just starting something new, it's exciting, there's lots to do, it's fun, it's novel. And when you're just coming to an end, you're winding things up, you're honing skills, you're preparing for the finale. And both of those scenarios are really exciting. The problem is that's only, depending on the length of the journey, 1% of your journey. It could be 10 to 20% of the journey if it's a small thing. But the other 90 rough percent of the life of the endeavor that you're going after, building a business being a prime example, is that the rest of your days are just any old bog standard day. It's the day where you figured everything out, you're just following the plan, you're not changing it, you're not doing anything special. But without it, this is the grind that makes the outcome happen. And this is where legends are made, growth happens, and frankly, it's boring. It's routine. It's consistent. And that is the hardest part of any big endeavor. It's not starting and it's not finishing. It's the work in the middle. And it's the work when no one's watching that determines the finale you can have. So for me specifically today, any other day, I had a few sales calls, had a couple close, had a couple come in, met up with the team, played a little game, hilarious game by the way. But there's nothing standing out. Like, life doesn't feel incredible. It's not wild. It's not exciting. But you're trudging along. And so that's where I would say the focus needs to be, is in that section where you're in the routine. You've got the plan and all you need to do is execute. There's too much focus in the world on big ideas and new activities, a new way to do things, and not enough on can you actually execute and can you deliver. And so I find the easiest way to do this is to remove shiny objects, keep your eyes laser focused on what the task is, and discipline / prioritization just comes down to saying no. That's it. It's the easiest thing in the world. You say no. You say no to any activity that isn't the one thing that is executing your plan that you know works because it's tried and tested. You've done it 1,000 times already and you're going to do it another 1,000 times. There you go. If you can't do that, this is not the game for you. Big things aren't for you, and that's okay. But just understand that, and then also don't lay into other people for, doing the grind, for respecting, for prioritizing, for saying no to everything else that's not the thing that's moving the needle. Those are my thoughts today from a very standard day, and a little insight into what it takes to be great. I can give you one final example of this. January 23-ish, I signed up for an Ironman for June 23. Now the start, super exciting, got a new plan that I've created, figuring out what the routine is going to be like, and the week leading up to, super exciting. We're in the location, we've moved to Austria, family are getting ready to come out, final few sessions, getting ready for race day. But the real effort was made in the middle, the 198 training sessions across 6 months to become physically ready to do the final day. That's where the gains were made. And it was nothing special. It was just increasing volume by 10% a week, and it was turning up every day and getting it done. And what's funny is every day felt the same. But over time, when you compare the numbers every few weeks, every few months, then that's where you see the change. But day to day, you can't feel it. So get used to having the head down in the grind and enjoying the process. So if you're waiting for something, if you're waiting to reach that day for something, don't, because you won't. Start on your hardest day, because that means when things get easier, great, you can continue. And when they get hard, well, you started when it was hard, so it's not a problem. So the perfect time to start is today, and that's what you're in for. Secrets to success, right there. Have a great one. Peace.